Hello everyone and welcome back to the Dr. Y podcast. This is episode 6, the finale called The Vanquishers. Remember guys, this is a Doctor Who after show where me and Chris review the episode of Doctor Who.
I think the first question is, what the hell happened?
The second question is, why the fuck did this series happen? What the fuck was the point?
Yeah.
Sorry I'm swearing in the first 40 seconds, but I don't care. If this gets demonetized, I don't care, because I'm fucking furious, you know?
I think we need to comment on my beard and hair, because I said I'd grow them both out over this 6 weeks.
Yeah, we'll get it.
They're not particularly impressive.
No. You've just got like a bit of hair at the bottom and a bit of sideburns, and that's it.
Yeah, and then my hair's shorter than usual. It's so weird.
Growing his hair actually shortened his hair. That's crazy. So let's get right into this. This episode is going to be slightly different to the last 5 we did because one, nothing really happened this episode of matter. So we're just going to go through the scenes, and at the end we're just going to let out until the hour has passed. Yeah. Because that's how long this podcast usually is. So let's just go through it real quick. I didn't write any notes as usual. Not as usual, because last week I didn't write any notes. This week I didn't write any notes. I don't know if you wrote any notes, Chris.
Oh, I wrote a few notes. Most of them are just what the hell just happened, and what's going on. Okay.
That if I wrote notes, that would be the exact same. So let's go on. Let's just start. We start with
the previously ended really weirdly. Do you remember? Like it was the previously, and then suddenly at the bottom it said now, and it just like the shot from the end of the previously continued.
That was cool because
that was dumb.
No, I like how it went from previously to now, right? Because I was like, oh,
I almost missed it.
We're right into it now. But the thing I hate is how the Doctor got past the cliffhanger. She just walked away.
Yeah, she literally just walked away.
And she just walked. I wrote the literal cliffhanger was being by the Doctor running away. That was literally it. It's like the moment when, like, because if they did this with the click, right? They did the click, right? But then it went from before to now. And the Doctor jumps into the time machine. That would have been pretty cool. But it's not consistent with how they did them before, so it felt off. And as he said, you probably would have missed it if you weren't, because you're like, oh, I'm gonna wait for the opening to happen now, because no. The opening sequence doesn't happen until 5 minutes has passed in this episode. Like,
yeah, it was so long. And that might be the longest, like the longest cold open.
The only thing the cold open is really introduced was the Doctor was split into 3 versions of herself, because time now is no longer a concept, like a grand concept. Time is now a physical thing. Like time is like, you actually meet time at the end. Time talks to Azure Swarm and the Doctor. Like, time is a thing.
Yeah.
Which was brought up in because we are recording this a little later than we normally record this, because we were listening to a Twitter space by another Doctor Who YouTuber called Tharies. Tom Tharies. He's been mentioned multiple times in this podcast, but we listened to it because we're just interesting. They also brought the person who played the passenger on there. So it's an interesting listen. I don't know if you'll be able to listen back to it after the fact, but
he was really funny.
He's a nice guy. He's a nice lad.
Yeah.
But yeah, the thing that was brought up there, right, is the fact that Time Lords have also said, they always said that they've had dominion over time, and it's always been like a grand concept, like we've had dominion because we are Time Lords, which makes you think maybe the Time Lords literally held captive someone or this being called Time, you know, and that's how they've lorded over. They've had time, which is now a physical thing. The Doctor was physically able to talk to time. They had time, like I don't know, locked up in Gallifrey or something like that. I don't know. That could be a pretty cool thing, but I don't think Chibnall's gonna ever go into that because he's Chris Chibnall. All Chris Chibnall ever does is he sets things up and never actually tells us what the fuck is going on. So let's just go through quickly what this episode is, and then we'll get to our opinions because we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
the episode comes in with everyone kind of where they were at the end of last episode. We have Dan, Yaz, the Liverpool guy, and Jericho. Yeah, I don't know his name. And Jericho all just
Williamson.
Going through the doors and looking for a door that doesn't send them to the living pits of hell. The Doctor is split between 3 pits in time. She ends up teleporting to Dan, Yaz, Liverpool guy, and Jericho. She also gets teleported to Carvanisa's ship with Bell in there. Cool. and then her final version of herself is staying outside of the universe on what's her name
in that with Tatooine.
Yeah, Tatooine ship in between the universes. They're stuck there. Those are the 3 points. These are the 3 timelines that this episode's going through. And each of them have the Doctor. Kate randomly is just in the tunnels. And they meet Kate. Kate reads that they have Archon energy on them, which I like that they remember Archon energy is a thing, because I feel like Chibnall has forgotten about Archon energy whenever he's explained something. Because I think
Stephen Moffat also forgot about it. I'm not going to hate him.
Moffat definitely forgot about Archon energy. He just didn't. He just didn't care about that. But I like that it was brought back, because I actually think Archon energy is a cool concept. That you have this background radiation for being a time traveler. And if I was writing an episode of Doctor Who, I would actually have someone have negative reaction to Archon energy. You know, that would be a cool idea. Time travel makes them sick. I don't know. But yeah, Archon energy. She reads that and she's like, and that's when the Doctor zips in. The Doctor hugs Yaz. It should have been a kiss, but let's not go into that because Chibnall, for some reason, doesn't want the Doctor and Yaz to kiss because Chibnall. I don't understand.
Though the Doctor has a crush on herself in this episode.
The Doctor's had crush on women before. The Doctor likes women. It's the same character.
Yeah, that's what's the stuff. I mean, no. Oh no. To be fair, the Doctor is married at this point. He's with the River, so I guess he's just.
She is with River. Yeah. She is but true. But she knows she's never
just get together.
No, but she knows she's never going to see River again. That's the whole point of the. Let me not get into the whole fucking River timeline because that's a whole other kind of words.
Does that mean they're like separated or are they still
the Doctor's a widow.
To each other?
The Doctor should be a widow basically now, right?
Widower. Wait, how does it work?
Time.
Because they're both women. Is she the widow or the widower?
The widower. What?
The widower is when the husband dies first and the wife is left behind.
Maybe they're both would.
No, the other way around. No, the wife dies first.
Then they're both the same. Then they're both the same. Then.
Yeah, but what's the name? Like, is it widow or widower?
We're focusing on the wrong thing. We have Sontarans.
So River Song.
Sontarans are basically controlling the Earth after the last episode where the Grand Serpent allowed the Sontarans to just take control of Earth. We then get into...
Oh, no. To be fair, that was actually quite well set up.
I do like that.
That was actually paid off really well.
I do like that. The Sontarans were actually pretty badass in this episode. They were strong.
Yeah. Because we saw them in episode 2 taking over Liverpool, and we got an explanation of it that actually made sense.
Sometimes I feel like, but I do feel that sometimes we're a bit too strong in this episode, and I'll get to that in the end.
I'm pretty sure that that one of the Sontarans was played by the guy from Chucklevision, the one who's like, no slacking. I think it is that guy.
Might be. Might be. Do a search as I go through what's happening.
Do a search.
We have the Doctor just kind of going through the different parts in time, and then we meet the Doctor with Azure and Swarm, who have the fob watch from last episode, which has all the Doctor's history in it. And they basically go and see the big house in the wood that's in black and white and destroys iPlayer's bits, right? They're in that tower, that house, and they see the Doctor, and it's like the Doctor's like, okay, in there, as you saw, like in there is your history. Everything about you, everything you want to know is in there. You just got to walk in. And the doctor's like, no, I will not go inside. I will not go inside. So Swarm says, I'm going to destroy the building. And as the Swarm destroys the building, it destroys the Doctor, showing that the building is like kind of like the Doctor. It's the Doctor's past. It's a cool visual effect. I think that scene looks really good. But that's it. But it just looked good. We then move on to... Where do we move on? We move to the Doctor kind of telling Liverpool guy, you can leave now, your job is done, and he leaves. That's it. That's the end of his character. That's all he was there for. And then we see Kate standing about doing nothing, like her name is Ryan Sinclair. She just stands about doing nothing. Jericho stands about doing nothing. It's like Chibnall can't write with 3 companions. It's kind of crazy. Just stands out doing nothing. And then we go back to Liverpool, not Liverpool, but go back to the to England, to I'm guessing, and we see that a Sontaran is raiding a corner shop for candy because apparently Sontarans like candy. And I was like,
"Oh goodness, that scene!"
I was like, "This is not funny. This is
no. It started off really funny, and then it just went on for too long.
The idea was like, oh, Sontaran likes candy, and I was like, okay, cool. And it's like,
but the thing is, they were fed through tubes a couple of weeks ago, weren't they?
No,
didn't they have to like eat through tubes?
No, they had to like have because their suits needed to have power so they can convert oxygen in Earth to Sontaran oxygen, basically. So Sontarans can breathe on Earth. Okay. And then they stopped that so Sontarans couldn't breathe on Earth. But apparently the Sontarans needed to have enough energy for their metabolism. So Sontarans were like, we're going to go to Earth and we're going to eat all the chocolate, which is probably the worst way for them to get that energy. They could have just like, it would have been cool if they were chugging Red Bulls and it's like a really hyper Sontaran. Just like... and that would have been funny. But no, it was chocolate because it was just lowbrow comedy. Then we cut back to the Doctor it goes back to 1967 and gets Claire and goes, Claire, I need you.
Goodness sake. One of the top search results for Doctor Who, just Doctor Who, not Flux, not Series 13. One of the top search results is missing episode. At the moment, one of the top search results is missing episode. People are wondering what was going on, and they're missing 2 episodes in this series. I mean, that shows how bad it is.
Is fantastic. Oh, brother. Let's get into it. We're 13 minutes into this podcast. Let's get into it. Yeah, so we go back to the other Doctor with Carvanista. We go back to the other Doctor who gets Claire and it's like, hey, Claire, can you help us get captured by Sontarans? Because we need your brain to be able to withstand the Sontaran thing. I don't know why they needed Claire and Jericho for this. I literally do not know why they needed Claire and Jericho for this.
Okay, I've just looked it up. The guy I thought it has actually died. So it's definitely not him.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah. R.I.P. That's a shame.
R.I.P. Legend. We cut back to the Doctor is is captured by the Sontarans because that was the plan in Convenience's ship to get captured by Sontarans, so the Doctor can get closer to see what the Sontaran plan is. We'll see back to another Doctor who's talking with Azure, and Azure's like, Doctor, you kept us in isolation for years and years and years, for rotations, forever, and we're going to kill the universe multiple times so you know how it feels. I was like, okay, there is like motivation for the villains. It's kind of like that should have been established at like episode 2 or 1, but no, it's only established now. Why are they setting up stuff? I don't know. But yeah, it's established why Azure hates the Doctor, because the Doctor encapsulates, and why they're not just killing the Doctor, they're making the Doctor feel pain. And I'm like, that makes sense. They want the Doctor to feel the pain they felt, which is why the question was always like, why can't you just click and kill the Doctor? Because that's like that's Swarm's power. Swarm's power is OP. Because they want the Doctor to feel pain. We then cut to that scene went on for like hours. The Grand Serpent is there with the Doctor locked in the cage on the Sontaran base. And it's kind of like, hey, Doctor, I don't know. I'm going to take you to somewhere else to interrogate you. Then we cut to.
Oh, that scene. No. I gotta say something about that scene. That's the scene where the doctor's like, "Oh, what's your real name? I'm sure your parents didn't go around calling you the Grand Serpent." But that's the doctor saying it. Like the doctor, that's not the doctor's name. The doctor isn't the doctor. Like,
yeah, did your mother go around and calling you the doctor? Huh? Is that? Oh, hey, little doctor. Shut up, doctor. Jesus. But then
we cannot make that joke.
We cut back to Vinda and not cut back to, but we cut to Vinda and Diane inside the passenger, and in 5 minutes they escape the passenger. Don't tell me how, because they just did. They technobabbled their way out of the passenger.
Something to do with Di being really smart. Somehow.
Yeah. Do we cut back to the doctor still being interrogated by the Grand Serpent, and then out of nowhere, the other doctor that was with Dan, Yaz, and Jericho and Kate and Liverpool guy, that doctor came out of the TARDIS, and the doctor's like, "Oh, it's the doctor. Hi, doctor. How you doing, doctor? I'm doing good, doctor. Can you escape? Can you help me escape, doctor? I'll help you escape, doctor. We gotta go. We also there's another third doctor. I know, doctor, because I'm the doctor. You're the doctor. Yes, look, we're the doctors." And Yaz goes, "What the fuck is this?" Yaz is like,
"Yeah, I know, right?"
So yeah, we come back to the TARDIS, and basically Vinda now calls the doctor now because apparently the beacon that was given to Vinda wasn't working inside the passenger, so when they escaped, he tried again and it connected to the doctor, and the doctor apparently is also the same doctor. Oh no, because that's the doctor that was with Bell and Cavarissa. That doctor saves them. They both doctors groups go into the TARDIS, and that's when Bell hears that Vinda's still alive and calls to the doctor. But before the doctor is able to land and track Vinda's location, he and what's her name? Diana are dragged back into the passenger, but somehow the doctor's still able to land inside the passenger. So why didn't the signal work in the first place if the doctor was able to land in the passenger?
Yeah.
Okay, just okay. Then we come back to the Grand Serpent arguing with the Santarans, and then kills some random guy because he's looking for Kate.
Yeah, he's just some random guy.
I don't know how that random guy knows where Kate is. But he killed Kate, and he's been told where Kate is. Then we cut back to Vinda and Belle, like, "Oh my god, Vinda, I love you. Like, I love you too." And Doctor goes, "Well, we gotta go save the others." And this is a moment when I was like, nothing's happened. We have 20 minutes left in the episode. Not even 20 minutes. We had 10 minutes left in the episode at this point. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah. Let's wait. This is the thing where she tells Vinda that she's pregnant. But she already told him.
Yeah, Vinda has no reaction. He's like, okay.
No. To be fair, I do think his reaction was quite genuine. Like, I thought that was actually like a normal reaction. Like, I thought he did look like really sort of shocked but happy, like in the right kind of way. Like, I'm not gonna knock Jacob Anderson for that. But she already told him. It was like the cliffhanger of episode 3. Like, it was in her message. It was like,
"Tig me, hey, tig me. It's Vinda. Tig me, it's Vinda." I like the actor for Belle. She's cool.
Yeah.
Don't do a roast to her. Come on, guys. Don't be like Star Wars fans. Come on. She's cool. We cut to the Doctor info dumping with Yaz and what's her name, Kate, who literally had no reason to come back to Doctor Who because her whole role was useless. She could have just been Oswin. No matter who.
Yeah, it wouldn't have made a difference.
It wouldn't have made any difference.
I literally wrote. I wrote like 4 things here, and I don't know quite where they were supposed to be, but it's I wrote "my head hurts," then I wrote "what," then I wrote "I have no idea what's going on," then I wrote "what." Just somewhere around here in this episode.
That's how we all feel. That's how we all feel. We get back to the other doctor, the last doctor who's not together with the other doctor, and talking to Swarm, and Swarm's like, "Doctor, I'm gonna kill you." This is the point where I just started spamming in Discord how this episode has 50 minutes left, and then they just did like a whole 20-minute montage of how Doctor Who and we beat the bad guys. So sometimes like they're just like, you can't get Earth. It's just you guys. We've got a whole Lupari ships. It's also revealed earlier on that Sontarans killed all the Lupari other than Carvanista, just off screen. So okay.
So in any other series, the point where the info dump started would be when the 2-part finale would start.
Yeah.
So he literally just turned like an hour and a half into 10 minutes.
Yeah. At this point, we still haven't got revealed who the Doctor is, what the fuck the Doctor's on for, who Storm and Azrael are, why we needed to care about this whole series. It just I mean, someone like the Doctor Who. It's just
Lisa no caring about the Christiano.
Ooh. We cut back and I'm like, isn't like and then we see that the Sontarans have also got the help of the Cybermen and the Daleks to help invade Earth, but we already knew that because that was the plan. I was literally told us to like in the first 10 minutes that was the plan. So that whole surprise was like not a surprise. It was just, oh okay, they're here. And then it's revealed, oh no, the Sontarans actually didn't want to help, didn't need help. They wanted to wipe out the others and control the universe themselves. So they brought the Flux here somehow. They brought the Flux here, and the Flux are eating Daleks.
My point from episode 1 still stands that like no one can control the Flux because it's like a thing in nature and it can literally do anything. So like, how did anyone control? Like, how was anyone able to control the Flux at any point in this series?
It was described as like dangerous antimatter, which is basically what the Flux is.
Yeah,
which is how later on the way they defeat the Flux, which we'll talk about, is by using a lot of matter. But
the Flux can just like the Flux is indestructible. That was how it was set up. Like it can literally just stop things from existing, like anything. So it should just stop just stop anything that could stop it. My head's hurting.
Doctor Who has heads.
It could just destroy anything that could destroy it.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah. Like, well done, Chibnall. You wrote yourself into a corner the moment you put pen to paper.
I just imagine Chibnall sitting there going with a pen and paper, goes, "Oh fuck!" He puts one dot and goes, "Oh shit! How am I gonna get out of this?" Yeah, we cut to that, and it's just the Flux is eating that, and the Doctor goes, "Well, you know what we did? We made it so that your communication can't tell the other Sontarans to retreat, so now it's gonna eat you." And then we cut to one of the Sontaran chips, which has
Jericho.
Jericho on it. Jericho's like, Doc's like, "You can leave now." Jericho goes, "I can't leave," and then Jericho dies with the Flux eating him. I was like, that's pretty cool for Jericho, but it was also
I don't care
anymore.
Really.
Yeah, I don't care anymore. Yeah,
we could have had a few episodes with Yaz, Dan, and Jericho in that 3-year period where they were traveling the world together.
That should have been all of last episode.
Where we could have gotten to know who they are.
It should have been all of last episode, bro.
Yeah,
a lot of the shit should have been cut
episode.
out. If we need to make a video of how we would have done Flux, because I want to talk about how I would have done Flux, because this shit is terrible. I'm done with it. But Jericho dies, right?
Yeah.
And then it's the Doctor, and then it's like, oh, the Doctor's like, how are we gonna fix this? How are we gonna stop the Flux? And then the Doctor's like, the Flux is a load of antimatter. And then Diane goes, well, Doctor, you know what has a lot of matter? The passenger. Oh, So the Doctor teleports a passenger that was left randomly out of nowhere by Summon Azure, and that passenger just absorbs the flux.
Yeah, they just hoover up the flux. How does that work? So the flux was absorbed by time. So it's in all time.
Not even time. The flux was just absorbed by something that absorbs matter. But it's antimatter.
It's like an unstoppable object meets an immovable force.
It's like an unstoppable object meets...
No.
An unstoppable object meets Kirby's like black hole mouth.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
It's just that. And then didn't we get the last 5 minutes of just wrap up? The Doctor wrapped up everyone else.
Literally just Journey's End. Literally just, well, see ya, we'll be back in a bit.
Vinder and Bell leave the Grand Serpent on a rock. No, sorry, Vinder and Kate leave the Grand Serpent on a rock.
How is he breathing?
Yep.
He's in space.
We don't know. Maybe he's got like a TARDIS air bubble. But we might see him back in the specials.
The door's
I hope.
Closed.
We don't, because I'm sick of Chibnall. Also, we have another year of just waiting for T. Davis. Because
we got a year of waiting for this storyline to end, and then we got a year of waiting for T. Davis.
What?
Yeah.
Can you just give us... BBC, I know we don't have experience. I am 21 years old, but can you make me run Doctor Who, please? Because because we're sitting on 4 series of worth of content. Doing. We're sitting on 4 series worth of content, just be doing for fun. I don't even need to be paid. Yeah. Just let me write this, please. Just write this, please. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of these 50-year-old men not knowing what the fuck they're doing.
Like, just give us somewhere to live rent free, and we'll do the job.
Yeah,
on a volunteer basis.
Just pay for our rent, and that's it. That's all you got to do.
Yeah. Oh, and free food at the BBC bar. Other than that, that's all we need. Like, give us the job.
That's all we need. But yeah, after that, the Doctor is talking to Kate, and Kate's like, I want to go back and see this regeneration again because I like it. And Doctor goes, you probably will, which is setting up one of the specials. Diane friend zones Dan because Dan missed the date, even though Diane knows that Dan was at the end of the universe, so he couldn't have been there for the date. But Diane's just being an asshole, and Chibnall needs to wait for Dan to have a reason to join Team TARDIS. So Dan says, I'm gonna leave Diane. I have nothing to live for. What's the point in being alive? I'm gonna go with the Doctor. And then we also have the Doctor.
Nobody needs time more than me.
Nobody needs time more than me. We have Doctor is with Summon Azure also and the Summon Azure like, here Doctor, he is the greatest, he is our ruler, and it's someone who looks exactly like Swarm. But no, it's not Swarm, it's literal time. Time. As a being of existence. Okay, I'll let that slide. Summon Azure get erased by time. So what was the whole point of these two villains? As I said,
so
in
wait,
episode
so
3,
time was passing, but they were outside time.
Time was a person.
They were literally outside time, but they were still within time.
I'm done with this. I'm done. As time evaporates, Summon Azure, they drop the fob watch, which has all the Doctor's history in it. The Doctor doesn't open it, but gets warned by time, basically saying, you're gonna die, watch out for the Master. That's basically what was said. And the Doctor goes, I'm not gonna die, and then time goes, also, no regenerations anymore. Huh?
Like,
what makes also,
how could time do that? Like, time is not God. Time is just time.
Yeah, and also, you can't change the Doctor's biology like that, because the biology of the timeless child is she can regenerate as much time as she fucking wants, Dora. That's the literal retcon you wrote, Chibnall. Why are you retconning your retcon?
Yeah.
Stick with what you did, bro. If you're gonna write shit, stick with your shit. You know?
Yeah.
Have balls and try.
You had the opportunity to write yourself out of it, but no, you steered into the skid. You know, went to the point of no return. This series, and then right at the end, you retconned it.
If you're writing shit, don't just say, okay, I'm gonna not write shit. Tell us why your shit is actually cool or interesting. Make it interesting for us. You know? Like the War Doctor. That was a little bit of a retcon, but ended up being pretty cool in my opinion. Like the Doctor's like, oh, this is a regeneration meant for war. It's no longer called the Doctor, so I don't count it as the Doctor, and I removed it from I didn't forget it. I just don't talk about it. You know? I'm like, that's pretty cool. It's a little bit of a change because Eccleston doesn't want to work at the BBC anymore. So it's like, okay, that's pretty cool.
Oh, no. He will when hell freezes over.
I like how Eccleston says, I don't like the BBC anymore, but I'm willing to work with the audiobook people.
Big Finish.
Yeah.
Big Finish,
I was about to say Big Picture. He's Big Finish because he's literally said he's literally said that like Big Finish are really like he admires how they're able to take Doctor Who in an audio format and actually write a Doctor as if they were there. Like he feels like his Doctor is written exactly the same as it always was, which is kind of cool to hear.
Really?
Just a testament to
it's a bit of a change, but anyway,
just a bit of a testament to the Big Finish work, you know.
I like how he doesn't want to work with the BBC anymore, but he still works with ITV all the time, which is basically the same company at this point.
BritBox.
Oh, a bit more than BritBox, like Media City. And they literally share office space. Talking of Media City, there's a scene where Dan walks all the way from Liverpool to Salford Quays in Manchester. He walked from Liverpool to Manchester and then sees the TARDIS. I'm trying to compute why he would do that.
Just give me a second. I'll just message by uni friends, so I have to respond to that. But Doctor Who just basically ends with Vinda, Bell, and Coveney saying we're going to travel the universe. Dan joining
We're going to be
TARDIS.
a happy family.
The Doctor saying, I want the TARDIS to hide the fob watch until I ask for it really badly.
Oh, that cliffhanger was pretty good. Like I like how the sting started in the for the end credits.
And then that's Flux.
Yeah.
Chris, give me a review.
What was the Fluxing point? Tell me
a review. Tell me a review of Flux, and then give it a star rating. Just go for it, and then we'll talk about why we feel the way we do.
Okay, so episode 1 was really interesting. Like I was sitting up paying attention, and I was like, okay, this seems like it might be going somewhere. Episode 2, what was the point? What was the point of episode 2? Like, we just spent an hour with what's her face from the Crimean War, Mary Seacole. We just spend an hour with her for no reason. Had nothing to do with the plot. Like all we needed was the Liverpool bit from that episode. And then episode 3, that could have been cut as well. Like we didn't really need we needed Rinda's origin, but we didn't need anything else. And then, what's the point of any of this?
What's the point of being alive?
This could have been cut down into a single episode. Because there's so little that's actually important.
Yeah. Like, give it a star, Chris. Not a star, sorry, a number out of 10.
2? I don't know.
Well, you giving the episode 2 or the all of Flux 2?
All of Flux 2.
Damn.
Because there were a couple of episodes that were good, that were actually good, but yeah.
So I went into this jaded as fuck because I just don't care about Chibnall. Dr. Chibnall's era. First episode, that's okay. I was like, we'll see how this goes. Second episode was getting better, but wasn't as good. Third episode, I was like, yeah, I'm into this. I like this. Fourth episode, I was like, I like this. I like where this is going. Fifth episode, I fucking hate it. You heard me last week. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
This episode. So yeah, I'm going to give Doctor Who Flux the lowest rating I've ever given a series of Doctor Who, which is a 5 out of 10. Originally it was a 6 out of 10, but it's now a 5 out of 10.
5.
That is the lowest I've ever. That is the lowest I've ever given anything from Doctor Who.
How can you comprehend a 5?
It's 5. It's 5. It's out of. It's 5. 5 is
out of
5,
what? Out of 100?
No, out of 5 is literally. For me, 5 is I watched it once. I won't watch it again. Like I would only ever watch
it once.
I will only ever watch it again if I'm forced to watch it again. 4 is I don't want to watch it again. 3 is don't talk to me about it. 2 is if you talk to me about it, I'll punch you. 1 is I'm going to shit in your bed. 0 is
what's 0?
0 is it doesn't exist to me. If you talk about it, I will blank it out of my mind. Season the last series of Sherlock is also a 5. I'm not going to watch it again, but I watched it, and if someone wants to talk about it, I'll talk about it. But this is a 5 out of 10. Reason it's a 5 out of 10.
This is worse.
The reason this is 5 out of 10 is bad for me. Bad. It's really bad. The reason this is 5 out of 10 is because I don't. It's one of my issues that we said earlier on in the podcast, in an earlier episode, is that we were scared of the 10-minute info dump. We didn't get that because there was nothing to info dump.
No.
This series just.
Damn! I bet you £10 on that, didn't I?
You gotta give me tenner. But the shit that the series was just. It started off teasing thing, and it's like, and people are like, it's leading to something, and I was like, yeah, it probably did. By the time we were on episode 3. And I was like, we got 3 more episodes, and they're still teasing us. I'm like, we're not going to get to the end that you want to get. They're not going to tell you this. It's either going to be nothing, or they're going to wrap it up in 10 minutes. What we got was nothing. What was the point of Swarm and Azure? Right, they're the villains of the series. What was their motivation? They hated the Doctor, right? We only figured out by this episode why Azure hates the Doctor. And that's because the Doctor entrapped them.
Point of those? What was the point of those people being taken away in episode 4?
I don't fucking know, Chris.
Remember
I don't know. I know exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't know what the fuck the point is. Okay, I don't know what the point in Swarm and Azure was. Right? I don't like. Why did the Doctor hunt them down? Because of the Division? What was the specific mission? Why are these bad people? Why did the Division hate these people? We do not know. Because apparently, why are they here? Why do they? All these questions were asked, and that's just one timeline. Like that's just one storyline. All these questions were asked. What was answered? Nothing. The next storyline that was happening was the Doctor and Yaz storyline. Why is the Doctor and Yaz butting heads? It was literally set up so great. I was all commenting about how I love the dynamic between Yaz and the Doctor, right? How they're butting heads, right? And it was just literally finished by the Doctor saying, Yaz, I'm sorry for not opening up. Wow. Why did the Doctor feel it? What did the Doctor learn from
is it me or is Chibnall's favourite episode so far Can You Hear Me?
What episode
because
is that?
that's like it's the one where the Doctor's like, oh no, Graham's trying to tell the Doctor he's got cancer.
Oh, the cancer one, okay.
It's like I'm not gonna hug you or help you out. You see, because I'm socially awkward.
I hate this. I hate this. There's another storyline. The whole basic synopsis. What's the synopsis of Doctor Who Flux? Let me actually just find the synopsis.
Sorry, no. So I'm gonna find it. Someone said something which described it perfectly.
What did they say?
They said, I'm not gonna find it. I'm just gonna remember. They said that Doctor Who Flux is like falling asleep when the TV's on and having a dream that looks like the show that you're watching, but you only get like tiny bits of the dialogue, so your brain just makes up nonsense to fit the gaps.
Sorry. Okay.
Maybe that's what Sidnell did. Maybe that's how he wrote. Yeah, he wrote Flux in the first place.
Okay, we're just going to talk about Flux now. I don't like it, as established here, and it's infuriating to me. If anyone's listening to this and is like, I loved Flux, yes, I'm happy you like Flux, but I do not. And the reason I do not like Flux is for multiple reasons. And if you're watching the video, I'm staring right at the camera right now because I want you to connect personally. Look into my eyes, not around my eyes, into my eyes. Okay, you're under. Listen to me, motherfucker. Okay, listen. Last series, right? We had 10 episodes, right? And I would say not all of them were good. There was a few okay episodes. I would say The Haunting of Villa Diodati. I liked that one. Fugitives of the Dune. I liked that one. Right? And then Spyfall Part 1. I liked that one. Right? 3 good episodes. Okay.
I would disagree, but go on.
You then cut that down from 3 to 8. Right? It was 8. No. Sorry, from 10 to 8. Sorry, you cut 10 to 8.
From 10 to 8.
So you write 8 episodes, and then you go, I'm going to go from 8 to 6. Okay? So at this point, you should be thinking, half of these episodes should be good, right? Like, in my mind, I'm like, half of the episodes, because the last season, I had 3 good episodes. Chipmunk can write 3 good episodes, right? You can write 3 good episodes, you know? If I go for this series, what are the 3 good episodes for me? Okay? Once Upon Time. That's it. That's it.
I thought you were going to say Village of the Angels as well.
No, I hate Village of the Angels really night because...
Wait, really? You liked it?
Because of how the cliffhanger ends. The cliffhanger in the series is useless. What is the point of them? They're like, oh, come back for next week. What's going to happen to the Doctor? She's now an angel. Oh, yeah, no, that's ended in the first 10 minutes. Oh, yeah. What's her name? The Doctor's mother. What's her fucking name again? Ted Tayun. Oh, she just got dusted by Swarm, and the Doctor's gonna get dusted. How's this gonna? Oh, the Doctor runs away. Oh my god! Oh, what's happened?
Run away!
The angel has the TARDIS. How's this gonna end? The Doctor connects 2 wires randomly out of nowhere, which doesn't explain what the fuck is. Because she explain what this is. Okay, cool. Oh no! Oh my god! It's useless. What did we learn this series about anything? The whole point of Chibnall's era of Doctor Who has literally, like, if you give a synopsis of what Chibnall's era of Doctor Who is who is the Doctor really, right? That's what he's basically trying to tell us, right? What is the Doctor's past, you know, before being the Doctor? Because she was something before the Doctor, which has been established, right? What is that? We've had since series 12.
I don't know.
It's been teased in series 12, and this series has still not told us what it is. And promise you, I tell you, that when the fucking specials come, they will not say a single thing about this. It will be useless. The Doctor will be like, oh, I'm gonna die, and the Master's gonna, I don't know, laser her in the chest, and then she's gonna regenerate into Tanea Miller. That's what's gonna happen, right? That's what's gonna happen. and then we're gonna get an actual good Doctor writer called Russell T Davis who wrote on the show again. And then we get but till then,
and we're only gonna get him for like 2 years before he retires.
Before he says, I'm done with Doctor Who, let's give it to Bamadeli and Christopher Moore. Let's give it to these two. But like, it's what the fuck is the point in this series? What does it tell us? Because let's go through what this series tells us, right? Okay, so what are the big main questions asked from this series, right? The big main questions we would say is, who is the Doctor? Who is Swarm and Azure?
No idea.
Who is Vinda and Bell? Those are the main storylines in this series.
A couple.
Let's answer the first question. Who's the Doctor? Don't know. Okay, let's go to the next one. Who's Swarm and Azure?
No clue.
Don't know.
Literally no clue.
Just some couple.
Just some couple. Yeah.
Just some couple. Okay, so why should we care about Bell and Vinda? You shouldn't.
Because they have a baby on the way.
Who's the baby? No clue.
It's not born yet. Baby. We don't know.
Just Tigme. His name's Tigme. That's it.
Tigme. Yeah, Tigme.
Tigme.
Oh, goodness. How much worse it would have been if that actually was the Doctor and the Doctor's name was Tigme.
That would have been. I was. You were like, we're gonna. I was waiting for them to reveal of like, oh,
yeah.
This is Tigme. We're from Gallifrey, and I'd be like, oh,
yeah,
oh.
Honestly, I was waiting for the Doctor and Bell to meet up, and then the Doctor says her name, and Bell's just like, "It's you, but you used to be David Tennant with spiky hair. I'm your clone."
just the doctor goes up. No, the doctor goes up and they're like talking, and then it's like, oh, I have a child in the way, and the doctor goes, oh, what's his name? And he goes, Tigme. The doctor goes, that's my name. That's my actual name. And he goes, huh? I'm Tigme. You. Huh?
Oh, it's like Melody Pond all over again. Like you're named after yourself.
I actually like the Melody Pond River song. Melody Pond.
Yeah, no.
I actually
that's actually right.
Again, Chibnall does things, but it worse.
Yeah.
Who are Azure and Swarm? As one thing I was talking in an episode is that someone Azure's storyline is not needed, and I stand by that. It's not needed.
Yeah.
They were brought in to hint at being part of the Doctor's past. To then die, not revealing anything.
They're not even members of Division. Who are they?
What was the point? Like, I said this. We're gonna do we should do like an episode of how we would rewrite.
Yeah, definitely.
Flux, but I would say just for like a hint, I would remove someone Azure because they're not fucking needed.
Yeah,
I would have the main villain be Tecteun, right?
Because
that's all you need. Just her being
that's
like,
what you need. Yeah,
I'm here to fix the issue that I caused, which was you. That's it. That's all. That's the motivation of Tecteun.
And I would like try and I'd have like as little of Jodie as possible. Like Doctor Wright episodes, Joe Martin, like to find other ways of doing it.
We don't need Bell and Vinda unless you're revealing something like
who is the baby?
Like let's say they're the Master's parents or something like that. I don't fucking know.
Or Vinda is the Master. Like
anything. Like Vinda's like got a full watch and it's like, oh my god, I'm the Master. Something, anything. You know? Like imagine the Doctor and the Doctor Bell says this is Tigme and the Doctor goes, I know a Tigme? That's the Master's name. You know? Or like something like anything.
That would actually be really funny if the Master's name was Tigme.
Tigme? But like anything.
Imagine the Master's in the room and it's just like, call me that. I told you never to call me that.
What's up, Tiggy? That's not my name. It's Master. Like, that would be a cool characterization. Like, the Master hates being called Tiggy because he wants to be called the Master. And like, I'm Master of all. Don't call me Tigmy. But anything like that, right?
and then Rinja's just like, shut up, Tigmy.
Shut up, Meg. But like, if that was the reveal, right? If that was the revealing that their child is someone important to the Doctor Who lore or the Doctor as a character, they have a reason to be there. But there is none. So remove their storyline. Dan and Diane, not needed. Remove that too. You don't need to give me a reason for Dan to join Team TARDIS. You can just say, I want to join Team TARDIS. I want to be with you guys because you're cool. That's all it needs to be. And the Doctor likes that. So the Doctor says, George, join us. That's all you need to be. So we would be stuck. So I would have us be stuck with the simple storyline of the Doctor trying to find out who she is.
Do we need Jericho? Do we need the Village of the Angels?
You can have those as like slight episodes to kind of like bring out back an old villain, you know. You can have like a singular episode.
I feel like what's needed was like still be this like ongoing story, but like have more disconnected episodes.
I feel every episode should end and change something. Not the cliffhanger should have a change, or as I've said this before, it should reveal something that changes what we know. Let's say the first episode, Halloween Apocalypse. We're there. We're finding after Carvanista, and Carvanista's like, "Do you not remember me? We were part of the Division." That's the cliffhanger, you know. That's it. And then the second episode, it feels like Carvanista used to be the Doctor's companion, and then there's a history there that they had, but the Carvanista can't say it because he's literally forced by the Division not to say it. That's the second episode. So it's all of this. The Doctor's trying to find out from Carvanista, who am I? Carvanista literally cannot say as they're trying to do this. They're trying to do this thing with dealing with the Sontarans, right? As they've dealt with the Sontarans, let's say Carvanista sacrifices himself for the Doctor, right? So he can no longer like he's like, Doctor, we were best friends. I was literally your good boy. I was your best friend, right?
I was K9 before K9.
And you don't remember me. That's fine. I will still protect you till the end. And then Carvanista dies, right? Saving the Doctor. And the Doctor's like, I've got to search up everything about Carvanista. Third episode, right? The cliffhanger for the second episode is Carvanista saving himself for the Doctor. You know, that's what you can do.
Yeah. Wait, stop. You're ruining the next episode of the podcast.
That's true.
I was too interested in what you were saying.
That's true. We should stop that. You know what? You know what we're going to do? Chris? Everyone listening? We will, Chris, I want you to, let's both write a how we would do Flux, and then we'll bring it to the table and talk about how we would do Flux, and just have a conversation. If we could get a guest to join also, that would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But how we would do Flux, because I think that would be a very interesting way of displaying.
I'll see if Tharis can make it.
That would be cool. That'd be very cool. But like, a video on not even a video, just a podcast episode on that, how we would do it, a way to explain what we didn't like about Flux, what we did like about Flux, what we would keep the same, what we would change. Because
I mean, well, the biggest change I would make is not have the Timeless Child stuff. Like,
I think the thing I'd say is 12. It would not be Flux.
Like, you just not have that in it at all.
Swim and Azure, as I've said, I don't think is needed at all. That's my biggest
change. Well, I need to work out how to sort out the Flux, because I don't like it on a conceptual level. Like the actual physical thing, the Flux.
Yep, that's you.
Oh,
we'll see how to do it, but that's for the next podcast, and it might be next week. It depends on how long it will take us to do this, but hopefully it will come out next week. We're nearing the end. We're 53 minutes. Normally our podcast is about an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But
you might as well just call it.
There's nothing else to say.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Nothing else.
Thank you all for listening to the Dr. Y podcast. We are on Amazon. Google, no, on Amazon. Sorry, we're on Google Podcasts, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify. I just search up the Doctor My Podcast, the Doctor After Show. I've been
Nermian. Also on YouTube.
Also on YouTube on my channel. I've been Nermian. That's been AngryPacifist, also known as Chris. Next episode of Doctor Who is called Eye of the Dalek, or Daleks.
Not Eye of the Dalek. Eve of the Daleks.
Sorry, I read it as I. Eve of the Daleks, and that will be happening on New Year's Day. So you'll probably see New Year's Eve episode from us. For that. But other than that, bye guys.
Bye guys.
Bye guys.